Ah, naninibago lang ng konti. Anyway, so basically what we're doing now on Pharmacist Live no, tonight natin, ano to more of uh, kwentuhan namin niya na kagabi, no, I uploaded a video of Kay, no, nakakakwentuhan ko siya kagabi. So, pinag-usapan namin yung mga iba't ibang bagay, no, about things related to the pharmacy profession and also naging avenue yun, no, para actually somehow, no, makilala natin yung mga leaders natin. So, the main purpose of this live video and the videos that the video that I uploaded yesterday is basically to put a human life, no, a humanize, no, yung mga leaders natin, no? And for the young pharmacist group, they will be having an election tomorrow. Let's try to put a picture on the person who's actually most of the time behind the scenes, no. So I asked actually Yana, no, sabi ko kay Diana, sabi ko, Yana, let's do a live video, let's do a live interview para mas makilala ka nila kung sino ka as natural as possible. Supposedly, this is also parang mukbang, no? Kakain dapat kami ni Yana habang nagkikwentuhan ngayon, except that hindi ako nakapaghintay.
Nagutom na si sir.
But meron naman akong, meron akong taberu. Seaweed siya. So, medyo K-pop. Taberu. Yan.
Wow.
K-pop ako eh.
Product day.
So, mga seaweed. wala pong sponsorship yan. No? But, well, anyway, so let's go, let's proceed now with with the quick balitaktakan lang, kwentuhan lang namin. Para sa alaman ng iba Yana, no? Kasi baka hindi nila alam. Dalayana, or Yana, we call her, has been working with the Philippine Pharmacists Association for the past, kung di ako nagkakamali, 4 years na ata. No? She initially started as tumutulong kay Ma'am Mel Peña during the time that she was the secretariat. And then eventually, nag-assist din siya kay Paul being, when Paul assumed the executive secretary position. And even before that, no, Yana has been very active in supporting us, ako, si Attorney Froy, in a lot of activities. No? So, yun malamang Yana kasi, since you are always behind the scenes, sabi ko nga siguro it's time that we also put a spotlight on you para makilala nila sino si Dalisay Orolfo. Kasi nga, laging nasa likuran si Yana eh. Kaya nga sabi nga, siya yung behind the pub mats. Well, it's true, not just for the Young Pharmacist Group, but also for the Philippine Pharmacists Association. And before I ask questions to Yana, para lang at least medyo mas makilala niyo na kagad si Diana, no? Yana is also behind the scenes why PPHA was able to remove the lines ng pila, no? Remove the pila kapag merong releasing of certificates during the conventions, no? It has been a struggle throughout those years that when PPHA have a convention, madalas pipila yung mga tao, nagiging traffic enforcer ako, no? Tapos sasabihin ko sa kanila, alphabetical tayo and all these things. But when Yana assisted us in the national office, siya po yung behind kung paano napapadala sa inyo individually yung mga certificates ninyo at may pangalan naka-customize sa kanila individual emails. So I asked Yana actually to teach me how to do it. So sa kagandahang palad, hindi ako natuto. So, hanggang ngayon, Yana is still sending those certificates. So, yung mga One Healthy Lang training program natin, it's Yana behind that scene. And all the pub mats, some of the, ano tawag doon, Yana? Yung ginagawa mo na sa profile picture. Yung sa profile picture, yung nagbabago yung itsura.
Ay, yung mga, ano yun, sir?
Sa Facebook, di ba may profile picture? Yung sa ano ba yon? Frame ba yon? Frame?
FB frame, yes.
Yan. So, si Yana rin yung gumawa ng ibang FB frames natin. No? So, and some of the other pub mats basically of PPHA and in charge of communication. Yana is also in charge of some, well, technically, no? Siya yung tech support natin, taga-test ng system natin to facilitate and ensure that we have an online registration facility. So these are the things na, well, maraming nagtatanong no, sino si Diana Orolfo? Well, basically, Diana kasi nga, is laging nasa likod. No? So, I told her when she asked me, sabi niya, Sir, tingin mo okay ba na tumakbo ako? So sabi ko sa kanya, of course, I will support you. It's time, no? She's basically right for it, no? So marami na siyang napagdaanan na even the Constitution and Bylaws, siya yung secretariat ng PPHA. So basically, that's who Yani is on my perspective. But my perspective will not be enough. We need to get to know her better. We need to know sino si Yana, ano yung mga kaya niyang gawin, ano yung plano niya, at kamusta yung love life niya. No? So kagaya ng kagabi, Yana, so sabi ko kay Kay, sisimulan natin yung pag-uusap na ito yung salamin, tapos kakausapin mo yung salamin. Hindi ko alam kung inabot mo yung palabas ni Tito Boy na gano'n, no? Pero saan ba yun? I forgot, no? Pero meron siyang talk show before na gano'n. Anyway, so, yan na. Siguro, tama na sa daldal ko. Mauubos na yung oras natin, no? Kindly introduce yourself quickly. Kung ano yung pagkakakilala. Ano, no? Ano yung gusto mo sabihin? Paunang mensahe sa kanila. Medyo nawawala yung sounds. Medyo nawawala yung sounds mo yan. Mahina. May nabago. Hello? Medyo hindi ka nadidinig. Ako lang ba? Oo, humina. Ganun talaga pag live. Yan.
Hello?
Yan. Mas better. Okay,
Technical difficulties na naman tayo.
Ganun talaga sa live, no? Kaya kami sa showbiz, mas gusto namin yung hindi live. Kaya nagta-taping kami lagi sa probinsyano para, ano.
Sayang ang screen time.
Yan.
Hello po.
Okay, yan na. Sige, okay na, clear na. Sige.
Sayang ang screen time, sorry naman. Ayan po, so again, thank you Sir Bry for this initiative. So, as you've mentioned before, ako talaga yung person na sanay po ako na behind the scenes. Actually, this campaign was a very different experience for me. Hindi ko siya in-expect. I would like to thank lahat po ng mga tao as early as now na nagka-campaign and nagpapakita ng support kasi hindi po talaga ako sanay na ako yung nasa spotlight ngayon.
Mm-mm.
Kasi I'm usually at the background doing the publicity, doing the tech stuff. Pag NatCon, pag convention po ng PPHA, kami yung runner. Kami yung takbo ng takbo kung saan-saan. And yun lang. Thank you Sir Bry for this opportunity and sa lahat po ng nanonood ngayon. So hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Yana and I am running po for the position of President-elect ng YPG.
Yun. So, Yana, ako ang first na question ko. Why did you run for office? And bakit as Executive Vice President?
Okay, sige. Sir, ang tagal nung pag-process ko nito, like, I started with YPG right after I graduated. So, I graduated in 2016 and then nag-member na po ako nung 2017 pagkapasa ko ng board exam. Tapos, sa Palawan pa yun eh. I remember sa Palawan pa yun. So, yun din yung first time na medyo nag-volunteer ako sa NatCon. Yung Palawan Convention. Tapos, nung time ni Ma'am Meg, they released the call for administrative council and then I applied. Tapos, nakuha nga po akong communications officer ng YPG. So, the whole term, starting 2018, ako po yung nag-handle ng aming marketing, yung mga publicity namin, communications, and announcements sa FB. And when the COVID-19 pandemic started, it really became difficult for us to adjust din. Kami din po mismo nag-adjust talaga with the changes that were happening. We had to restructure, we had to reorganize as an organization. And kahit gaano kahirap nung mga pinagdadaanan po namin, siguro na-inspire talaga ako dun sa mga current officers ko ngayon and even our local chapters, yung mga super galing po naming local chapter officers na they're really doing their best. Hindi lang nung COVID, kasi even nung start ng year, sir, naalala niyo yung Taal?
Mm-mm.
And sunod-sunod po talaga yung mga naranasan natin. Tapos napaka-active ng mga local chapters natin sa pagtulong sa kanilang mga community. So, yun po basically yung pinaka-driving force ko. I was really inspired by the members of YPG, and I thought gusto ko po talagang i-lead yung isang napakagandang organization, and I have a lot of things that I want to do and I want to help.
Yeah.
Yan, sir.
Ang major difference basically no ng Philippine Pharmacists Association and the Young Pharmacists Group on its organizational structure setup is as executive vice president, if you will be elected, you will serve muna as executive vice president for 2 years slash president-elect, similar to the setup of the FAPA. And then after 2 years, you'll be assuming the post of the president. Tama ba ko?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, another thing is, uh, you know that national position is not easy. And you know there will be challenges that goes with it. How do you plan to balance your time with being in transition of the with the academe, no? You're teaching now sa Lasal,
Yes.
Cavite,
Yes, sir.
plus the Young Pharmacist Group. How do you plan to balance it, just in case you will be elected?
In case I will be elected, sir, I am one of those people na talagang naniniwala po ako sa proper delegation
Mm-mm.
of task. I not just not just yung because you want people to do these things for you. Naniniwala po kasi ako, if you give other people the opportunity, the chance to do these things, maipapakita nila yung strengths nila and mas mahuhon pa po nila. So, if given the opportunity, more than just leading, I want them to develop future leaders ng YPG, ng ating organization, to make sure din na sustainable yung ating line
Yeah.
of succession. So, when I delegate, I really make sure na I'm with them all the way, and whenever they need any help, I will always be there. So, yun po siguro, sir, yung pinaka ma-assure ko na ano siya, it's more of a matter of
Mm-mm.
being responsible with your decisions, your time, and always trusting your members, trusting your co-officers, kasi ganun po nagpo-work yung dynamics namin ngayon.
Okay. How do you plan to manage yung well, I asked this question no? Because of course, kagaya na sinabi ko kay Kay kagabi, some of the officers of the local chapter might be able to see this video. So, my question is, you know the dilemma no, that the Young Pharmacist Group had, especially in the local chapters. Some of the chapters
Mhm.
are considering, not all, but there are some na kino-consider nila na kalaban si Young Pharmacist Group Philippines in terms of the membership.
Oh.
So, how do you plan to balance it out? How do you plan to bridge that gap?
Clear ko lang, sir, sino po yung nagko-consider as
Well, some
competition?
of the chapters, no, they find Young Pharmacist Group
Mhm.
as para bang nakikipag-compete with with the local chapter.
Ah,
I think you have heard of
ng
those.
PPH.
Yeah, ng
Ng PPHA po ba
PPHA.
ito?
Ng PPHA and YPG. They at times they consider it parang nagko-compete si YPG with the PPHA. How do you
Aha.
plan to bridge that?
Actually, sir, yes, I've heard of that before.
Mm-mm.
Nasabi na din naman po sa akin yan. And um, I think what's important here is communication. Kasi PPHA will always be our mother organization. Without them, without you po, we wouldn't be um, an organization now. And I would like to cite, for example, yung chapter namin here in Cavite, sir.
Mm-mm.
So, um, napakaganda po kasi ng working relationship ng PPHA Cavite chapter. And shout out po sa mga taga PPJ Cavite, mga titas of
Yeah.
Cavite. And yung YPG chapter po namin dito sa Cavite. It's because first we made yung courtesy call po, talagang we connected with them, we coordinated with them, and we made sure na if they need any help, talagang andun po kami as support, as young pharmacists na support sa mga activities nila. And naging ano po siya, naging give and take.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, how do you also plan to strengthen the young pharmacist group in the local chapters? No. How do you plan to strengthen the young pharmacist group? How will you strategize para mas lumakas yung YPG in the provinces?
Okay. So, I think at this juncture, yung sa term po namin ngayon, we really were able to establish a lot of new chapters
Mm-mm.
because we started it nung term ni Ate Shea as the EVP. So, nagkaroon po ng formal protocol on how to form a chapter, and we were able to reach quite a lot from the north out to the up to the south. And nandito po kami sa point ngayon na since we have a lot of chapters na, ang next po namin na dilemma would be yung protocols namin. We have SOPs, we have manuals of operation. Alam niyo po yan sa
Mm-mm.
PPHA. Meron tayong mga protocols, but we need to streamline, we need to review them para ma-ensure po natin na ma-deliver natin yung support na needed ng ating mga local chapters. And of course, reach out pa din po tayo sa mga other areas na hindi pa po natin naggagawa ng chapter.
Okay. So, what do ano yung
Si
five
Suni nag-ano.
nag-message ba si
Nakikita mo
Suni?
ba, sir?
Hindi actually, hindi ko
Hi,
nakikita.
Suni.
Hi Zuni, hi. I think sa Romeo is here, no? Ang ating bagong
Yes,
ama.
hi.
Hi Romeo. Anyway, so what are your plans, no, to make YPG stronger?
Mhm. Number one, I've mentioned this in my interview po, kasi di ba ang branding namin ngayon is Ideal Pharmacist. So, more than just being Ideal Pharmacist, I want or I hope and I envision that YPG Philippines and its members would be number one, informed, number two, involved, and number three, internationally recognized.
Mm-mm.
So, for informed, um, yung sinabi ko po dun sa interview is, it will have, I think pag-uusapan natin to lagi, sir, lagi mo akong sinachat kasi nga, sinasabi mo sa akin lagi, di ba public health ka?
Mm-mm.
How do we battle misinformation? How do we counsel our patients better? How do we educate them? And I want our pharmacists, not just young pharmacists, but pharmacists in general, to be informed about the latest best practices,
Mm-mm.
evidences, data, especially in the time of COVID. Yung mga questions po like ano ba talaga ang better? RATS, yung rapid antibody test, PCR ba? Okay ba talaga yung hydroxychloroquine? Ano ba yung okay ba yung vaccine na dinedevelop ngayon? Ganyan. And yun kasi yung common na nasi-share sa akin ng mga friends ko na pharmacists who are not necessarily in the community. Kahit na hindi sila nasa community or hospital, at one point in their career or in this pandemic, natanong na sila ng kanilang friends, families, or colleagues, ano ba talaga, okay? Di ba pharmacist ka? And I understand na ang hirap pong maging updated kasi
Mm-mm.
yung mga lumalabas na data on or yung mga lumalabas na evidence, napaka-technical. Tapos parang everyday may bagong lumalabas. So we want to cater to that. We want to laymanize. We want to help inform our young pharmacists. So in turn, they can also educate and serve our patients better. So parang ano po, we focused on our young pharmacists para they can educate naman better yung ating mga patients. And then for involved,
Mm-mm.
so nag-strat plan kasi kami, Sir Bry. So, nag-strat plan kami noong 2019 and we were able to get representation from all the local chapters. So, we're really very proud of that. And isa sa mga sinabi sa amin ng local chapter presidents and representatives during the strat plan, what we can improve on is that they want the collaborative projects with other local chapters. So gusto po nila na magkaroon ng projects together with yun nga yung mga karating nilang chapters. And through the AV area vice presidents, we will facilitate that. We will make that into a reality. And aside from yung maging involved with other local chapters, we will also do um, collaborative projects with other health professional organizations. Ayan. So, interprofessional collaboration po ito. It's about time that we step into that arena na makikipag-collaborate tayo with the doctors, the nurses, we have the physical therapists, the OT, medtechs, and the other allied healthcare professionals. Aside from those, research, Sir Bry, yun talagang isa sa mga pangarap ko. We want to involve our pharmacists in research by building the YPG network, YPG Research Network rather, ayan. Kasi um, we want to contribute to the current knowledge on practices, not just in pharmacy, pero marami po kasi talaga tayong naapektuhan na factors. Supply chain, yung mga stock out ng mga gamot, these are things that can be answered by us. Especially, yun yung isa sa mga, not just, di nga, sabi nga ni Alex, yung one of our co-officers, yung sa supply chain, it's not an emerging role. Parang matagal na siyang nandyan. It's been our role talaga ever since. So yun, sir. And finally, internationally recognized. We have a lot of world-class pharmacists, Filipino pharmacists, alam niyo po yan, sir. And we're targeting to be a part of the FIP-YPG network. And we will continue our active participation sa AYPG or yung Asian Young Pharmacists. So yun, sir. Yun yung tatlo.
Okay, last question before we wrap this up. No? Of course, this is just basically a quick question and answer. Ano lang, no? Very quick na discussion lang. Being in national leadership, it's a thankless job, no? And somehow, no, like any other national leaders, it would always be like parang anything that you would do can either be misinterpreted or they would try to put some meaning on why you do those things. My question is,
Hirap naman, sir.
ang question ko ngayon,
joke.
since you know that national leadership is a thankless job, bakit gusto mo siyang tahakin? Hirap, no?
Maraming beses, sir, pag nag-uusap tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
We always say this naman at some point of our conversations na nakakapagod.
Yeah.
Nakakapagod naman po kasi talaga. Tapos, sabihin mo na lang sa akin na hindi, mahal mo kasi talaga ang PPHA. So, to answer the question, hindi po, yung pagtulong ko po, yung pag-serve ko, I don't think it's a matter of getting recognition. Hindi po yun yung goal ko. Hindi yun yung goal ko whenever I want to serve. I believe that in whatever small way that I can contribute, in whatever small way I can help, basta kaya ko po, I'm always willing and happy to contribute. Kasi we only have, we can only do so much. We're just a kumbaga sinasabi nga nila, yung time natin here, it's just, insignificant. So, the best that I can do is to make it significant. For me, yun po, sir.
Okay, so basically, yun lang, no? Gusto mo ba mag-share tungkol sa love life mo? Paano ka magkaka-love life sa mga... So, ano tayo? So, fast talk tayo, no? Fast talk tayo. Hindi, just kidding. Anyway, so, wala, just kidding. Basically, that's it. The goal of this video is for the people to know you. Again, sabi ko nga sa'yo, no? When I ask you, sabi ko, yan ang interviewin kita, let's do a Facebook Live. Ah, well, ako po yung nangungulit, just to give you an idea. Ako po yung nangungulit kay Yana. Sabi ko, I'll interview you. Mag-usap tayo, kwentuhan tayo on Facebook. Ah, without any script, no? Kagaya ng nakaraan, lagi itong walang script. Kinakabahan si Yana kung anong tanong ko. But basically, we wrap this up, no? We believe the Young Pharmacist Group will be the next leaders of the national organization. Kasama hindi lang ng PPHA, but all the other affiliate organizations. And basically, one of the reasons why we formed the Young Pharmacist Group is we want to train leaders. We want to make sure that PPHA will basically be, ano, no, the Young Pharmacist Group will basically be a training ground, no, for the young pharmacists na wag sila mahiya to participate. So yun lang. So basically that's it. And we just want to give a picture, no, of para makilala nila si Yana kasi she's always working at the backside. No? So again, so thank you for your time listening to us. Any final message, Yana, for those who are watching?
So for those who are watching, thank you so much, especially to the young pharmacist. Tomorrow na po yung start ng elections. So the election will run on August 25 to August 31. Kindly wait for the link to be sent to your emails na
Mm-mm.
registered kay YPG.
Okay. So yung mga boboto, Yana, makakatanggap sila ng email.
Yes, sir. Makaka-
Okay. And then it will be
Tas dun
canvas.
po,
Tuloy-tuloy lang siya.
so dapat kasama po sila sa database ni YPG. So if hindi po sila nakaka-receive in the past, they can approach yung YPG page.
Mm-mm. Okay. So, thank you, Yana, for your time. And thank you for those who have
Thank you,
listened to
sir.
us. And,
Hindi pa ako nag-dinner. Akala ko
kasi dapat
Bry.
mukbang. Nagutom po ako na mas maaga. Sorry naman. So, yun lang. So,
Walang dinner 6 o'clock.
oh, alam mo naman yung mga, ano ko na, nagwawala na yung mga alaga ko. Anyway, so, yun lang. So, thank you for
Ay,
your
okay
time. Thank
po.
you for your time listening. And I hope, kahit pa paano, you get a glimpse of who Yana is. And,